bonsai drip.
This morning we are in the workshop. It's early spring, but the larch is already trying to flash out, so it's the perfect time to repot it. This tree was featured in my YouTube channel in a previous work. You can see the entire transformation of this tree in the link at the description. And today we're gonna repot this tree. We wanted to highlight all this beautiful deadwood that is partially inside of the ground by using a special design pot made by my friend Erik Krisovenski. The new pot is beautiful with a crazy wave coming from the back of the tree and holding perfectly the root ball, but in the meantime allowing this section that was probably a part of the original trunk that break and collapse to hang out from the pot. We already prepare the pot, we put the net, we put the anchors. Anchors are very, very important, especially when we do a work like this. We want to do multiple anchors to fix part of the root ball, or for example gin or a root. So I put anchor in different sections. I put one in the front to be able to anchor to the gin, one in the side to go in this part here, and then we have a big root. I'm very curious to see where these roots go, because as you can see now the tree is very planted forward. These roots are active, but I want to see how much I have to clean from this section in order to be able to put the tree into the new pot. So the next step will be taking the tree out of this container, see the root ball, remove most of the soil from this part in order to free this area that will be hanging out. If I found the long roots, I don't cut them, but I always try to move them and keep the most root I can. When I repot, all the fine roots are very vital for the surviving of the tree. Eventually, only if I find very thick roots and I'm not able to bend them. We have always to remember that if we have big roots, we can bend them as we do for the branches. So to have always the tree strong, I don't like to cut roots, only if is necessary. So now the next step will be taking this out of the actual container and checking the root ball. So successfully we took the tree out of the pot. The tree was in this container for the last 4 years. The root ball is very good, very vital, everything is nice and strong. So I have to start working this area and open it up, because this will be the part I want to treat. So this area has to be clean, and especially this other angle. So Christian start working in this section and I'm start working here. As I said, I don't want to cut any root, but I just want to free them in order to bend them. You see, we have beautiful deadwood in this area. The tree is in pure pumice, and I made a mix of pumice and akadama. Larch like to stay a little bit wet, so I do 50-50 pumice and akadama for the repot. The akadama also help me to hold the nutrients from the fertilization I will do, and then the tree can absorb them in time. Vedi che ci avevano messo di notte proprio bene. So I was able to free all this area. There is still a little work to do here, but you can see how all the roots came from underneath. This area is the area I wanna bring out from the new pot to show off this beautiful deadwood. We need to be careful of the larch's roots because sometimes they are not able to support the weight and they collapse. So we need always, while we clean, be careful of not leaving too much weight here, and we risk that the roots will break. I need to free all this area because with the area I'm gonna put out from the new pot. So now we are working on the back of the tree, and we found this root that was cut already when the tree was collected. Actually, you see a part of the root is already rotten, and we have this area. I want to see how much roots are connected to this area, and eventually I can always or just cut the root where it's necessary, or eventually I can remove the deadwood and then bend the roots inside of the pot. When I work on a larch or every repotting, I like to keep all the fine roots nice and wet so they don't get too much stress during the repotting. I have so many roots, very compact, so this root that goes away and is rotting, with only this section I can remove in order to be able to put the tree in the new pot. So I go around and I take it off completely. Also because the same area has inner small roots, they will develop connected to the same live line. Also, the other good thing on larch, when we remove a root and we are putting some cut paste on the end that is still alive, this area in the future can also shoot out new roots. I always say that larch is like a missed deciduous tree because it's always willing to shoot good roots from all the part of the root ball. I can also remove some of this rotting part here. You see, this part was probably removed when the tree was collected in the Alps. So I can go in and take off some of the deadwood, and this will also help me to put the tree into his new container. I have still another root here I can remove. I have some nice roots coming on the top. I want to try to save them and eventually bend them inside of the pot, but this area I can remove with no problem. This stump is rotten, so it's good to remove. We don't risk in the future to have a problem of root rotting on wood rotting around. Always after I repot a tree, I do a good watering with water and fungicide. Normally I use Aliette. That is a good fungicide, so I can clean all the areas and I can avoid problem in the root ball that was a little bit stressed. So you see this area is already nice, and now I can do some measurement. This root can be moved under here. Okay. Analyzing the pot and the root ball, we have beautiful roots here coming from this area. This old stump, I try to save it by removing all the rotten part. I have two roots here, but have roots inside, so I need to go and saw off this area in order to put the tree in the pot. Luckily, I have a lot of roots here. They will be enough to support the tree with no risk. So we was able to put the tree in the pot. Everything is nice inside. We save all the roots. Now we have to fill all the gaps with the soil. As I said, 50-50 macadam and pumice. And then at the end, we're gonna anchor properly all the wire on the tree to have everything nice and set. And then good watering and a little final cleaning on the foliage. Now that the tree is in the pot, I want to put some sphagnum to hold the soil and also keep a little bit moisture into the superficial areas until the tree will start growing. So especially on the areas that probably some soil can fall off, you can put some sphagnum here and also in this area where the pot is gently touching. And then I like to put also some green sphagnum that is alive, and also this one will help me for the same purpose and a little bit also aesthetically. I will keep this division for now with the bamboo until I water the tree and the soil will set. Now good watering and then the tree can be a little bit reset and then let it grow. And here we are with the final product. I'm super happy about the overall combination. It was not easy to fit the large root ball inside of the pot. The pot was full of space, but it was not easy to anchor and to rotate without destroying or damaging the trunk and the roots. Luckily we had a lot of roots in this area, and in this area very very close to the trunk. As you see, we only remove all the roots that probably was chopped off when the tree was collected and reshoot a little bit, but there was not too much roots that can affect the strength and the life of the tree. I just took a little time to finish up the deadwood that now is hanging out of the pot as the project. Put a little wire on the fine branches just to reset the position of the vegetation that the tree shoot out last year, and now I want to let the tree stay. It will be protected from the cold for the next week, and then it can stay outside, no problem. The tree, as I said, is flashing out, perfect period to repot larches. This is just the right amount of time, just the right time to do it. And now is over, is finished. I'm happy. Hope you enjoy the video and you really see the evolution of this tree. Also, if you watch the previous one when I reshaped the tree last year with my student Alfredo. And thank you so much for following my YouTube channel. See you at the next.